What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for our Road to 5,000 Subs videos. I am posted every day for the month of November with the exception of Sunday, and I just decided that yesterday that I won't be putting up videos on Sunday. And this is just to help build engagement on the channel, to engage with the lovely people that I already have here. My lifers, what's up? Hold it down. So this particular video will be about the November 4th elections that are happening tomorrow. I encourage each and everybody to get out and vote in your state if you have elections going on. And in this video, we're going to go over what states do, and I'll be talking about a few key states that are hitting the news media and why they are important, or why I feel they're important. This is a variety channel, which means you can come on here and get anything, child. You can get a TV show review, a movie review. You can get politics, you can get celebrity gossip, you can get gossip about my life, child. This is what this is all about. So if you like variety channels and you never know what you're going to get, come on in, sit on in, subscribe to the channel first and foremost. Comment on the videos. That's what we need around here, is engagement. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate even more you actually engaging on the video and giving me commentary about the video, the content in the video. That's what we're talking about here. All right. So if you want to stick around and find out a little bit more information about these November 4th elections, this is the video for you. Welcome to the channel. All right. What's going on? As we said, this is going to be the November 4th election. Let me take this necklace off because it's hitting the microphone. I want to make sure that don't have that too much of that going on. So November 4th elections is happening tomorrow. These are majority of them are special elections, but a lot of them are local elections. And we try to stress the importance of the local elections. When you need people like Brendan Johnson, Chicago, when you need people like Governor Newsom of California, that's going to actually stand up and fight for you as a citizen of their state, a constituent of their state. These is why these local elections matter. In some of the states, we have some Supreme Court, bids, jobs up for bid, things like that. We're booting out people. Some people have died and their seats need to be replaced. These are what these elections are about. And then there's changes that could happen in a lot of these cities and these states that could affect your dollars. Okay, so you want to actually get out there and find out what the vote is all about. So what I'm going to first do is just go through the list of all the different states that are voting. Now, some of these states, the voting is not statewide. So you have to look at your election board to find out if this applies to you. But let's get into it. I have my list here, so I'm going to be reading from it, child. Okay. The state of Alabama, we are voting. When I went to Alabama's website, the only county that I saw was Elmore County. I'm not sure what all areas fit into Elmore County, but Elmore County is voting. Alaska, there are a lot of boroughs that are voting in the state of Alaska, 22 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. The state of Arizona, we are voting. Arkansas, there is no election tomorrow. California, we have Proposition 50 on the ballot. We are voting just for that measure. Colorado, we are voting. Connecticut, we are voting. Delaware, there is no elections for you tomorrow. Florida, we are voting. Georgia, we are voting. Hawaii, there is no elections for you tomorrow. Idaho, we are voting. Iowa, we are voting. The state of Kansas, we are voting. Kentucky and Louisiana, there is no elections on the ballot for you tomorrow. The state of Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, and Nebraska, we are voting tomorrow. The state of Nevada, there is nothing on the ballots for you guys tomorrow. New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and North Carolina, we are voting tomorrow. North Dakota, there is no elections for you tomorrow. Ohio, we are voting. Oklahoma, no elections for you tomorrow. Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and South Kakalaki, South Carolina, we are voting tomorrow. South Dakota, there is no elections for you tomorrow. Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington, we are voting. Washington State, we are voting tomorrow. West Virginia, there is no elections for you. Wisconsin and Wyoming, we are voting tomorrow. Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, there is no election tomorrow. Let me check. I didn't check to see, like Puerto Rico, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands. Let's see. Do they have anything? Puerto Rico voting tomorrow? Like on November 4th. Election. $2025. Let's see. See, Puerto Rico did have special elections this year, but let's see what it says. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has no special elections right now. Guam voting November 4th, 2025. You got 2025 elections in Guam. No voting in Guam. And the U.S. Virgin Islands, let me check there next. I know I'm forgetting someplace. I think, U.S. Samoa. I think I'm forgetting them. Voting November 2024. Oh, November 2025. No voting for the U.S. Virgin Islands and now the U.S. Samoa. Voting November 2025. America Samoa. Okay, call it America Samoa. Let's see. No voting for America Samoa tomorrow. So we got our list of all the different states that are indeed voting. And then I picked out a certain few, just some key states that I wanted to just breeze over. Like I said, Alabama. I don't know why I put Alabama on this list, but Alabama, Elmore County is the only state or the only county that is voting tomorrow that I was able to find. And they are trying to create a new tobacco use tax and flat property fee for that county. And those two measures are on the ballot in your area. So if you want to vote yes, your vote will support amending the state constitution to make the following two changes for Elmore County local amendments. And they combined these two changes into the same ballot measure. So they want to create a 4.5% county tax on nicotine and tobacco. And this will be used for health, safety, and rescue purposes. And it also will create an annual flat fee for properties ranging from $25 to $30 based on the top property type that you have. So you'll just be assessed a certain fee. I don't know if they have a different property tax that is already applicable in that area, but those are the two things that are going to be combined under that one measure. So if you vote no, you are voting to not amend the state constitution to make changes to those two local amendments. But if you vote yes, you are changing both of those. So if you agree with one and not the other, they're both under the same thing, which is what's going on in the government shutdown right now too. They put some measures on the ballot that they know people don't want, and then they put some measures on the ballot that they know people do want. And you have to, it's like a catch-22 to decide on whether or not that one thing you don't want is worth voting against, or the one thing you do want is worth voting against. In this particular case, the Democrats want to keep health care, the Affordable Care Act. They want to extend that provision. And so they're voting no on the new budget, because if they vote yes, people are going to lose health care. Okay. So the state of Alaska, they have 22 different municipalities that are voting right now. Let me go through it. Alaska is a very Republican-run state. They have several propositions. They are trying to prorate the senior and disabled veteran residential property tax exemption. As of right now, qualifying seniors, disabled veterans, and surviving spouses of each of those, they qualify to have their property taxes exempt. They must own the property on January 1st to receive that exemption. But the amendment will prorate the exemption, which means that they won't get all of it. It won't be a full 100% exemption. They will prorate the exemption. Under this prorated exemption, the qualified person owns the property and occupies it on January 1st will qualify for the exemption. So that's one of the key things that you have to look at when you're looking at these measures. One of the measures say that you must just own the property on January 1st to qualify it. The new measure saying you're not going to get 100% exemption anymore. You'll get a prorated version of it. I don't know how they're going to determine what the prorated rates are, but not only do you have to own the property, you must also have to live in the property to qualify for the exemption. So that's proposition number 1 on the Alaska ballot. Proposition number 2 is a vote on motor fuel excise tax. This vote right here is just going to be advisory only. They still have to pass it through legislation and be adopted by the assembly in order for it to go through. So I won't go through that specifically. Michael Bowles versus Michelle Hune in Assembly District number 1. Also, Stephanie Nowers against Dana Raffaniello and Kendall Cruz against Gage Saxon. This is for Assembly District 2 and the School Board District 2. We also have Assembly District 4. Maxwell Sumner is going uncontested. He's a Republican. District 4, that's Maxwell Sumner again. District 5, Brooks Pitcher is a Republican, uncontested. Let's see, District 7, Lori Coley and Dina Mishargu. They're going up for School Board District 7. Let's see what else we got here. They also, in that particular District 7, they also are voting on proposition number 4. It's basically to take over some land. It's some parcels of property from North Manning Street, West Elvis Lane, and a portion of the North Utopia View Circle. They want to annex that land. That's also on the ballot for District 7. Okay, so that's what I have for Alaska. Like I say, I started to break down every freaking state. So if I don't mention your state and there's a specific proposition that you want me to go over, put it in the comment section and then I will come back to it, right? I'll respond directly to you in the comment section. So in New Jersey, this is in no specific order. In the state of New Jersey, the governor's race is highly contended race here. Democrat Mickey Sherrill, she is currently a U.S. House member. She is going up against Republican Jack Ciattarelli. He was the 2021 GOP nominee for the governor's race. And then there's one other person that is going to challenge. No, they're going to not one other person. They're going to challenge each other because the Democrat person that's in office right now, Governor Phil Murphy, succeeded his term limits. Also in New Jersey, or Jersey City specifically, the mayor's race is a hot topic as well. There are 7 candidates running for mayor. This is an all-party primary. That means you could be Democrats, you could be Republican, you could be Independent, you could be Green Party, you could be Libertarian, you could be the Boston Tea Party. Anybody can run in this mayoral race, and we have 7 candidates. If no candidate receives a majority of the vote, then the top 2 people will then have an election runoff on December 2nd. That is in New Jersey. That's very highly contested race there. In the state of Virginia, President Barack Obama just spoke at Abigail Spanberger's conference last night. So, or was it last night? Might have been 2 nights ago. Anyway, for the governor's race, Abigail Spanberger is running up against Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. Okay, remember I said that the Republican candidate for Virginia, that the GOP is mad black people ain't voting for her because she black. Yeah, that bitch there. Yes. So we want Abby to win. Okay, Abigail Spanberger, we need her to win that race, right? They're replacing Glenn Youngkin, who has also reached their term limit. Whoever wins, this will be the first female governor ever in the state of Virginia. Vote Spanberger. And I'm telling you who to vote for. Yes, I am. The lieutenant governor's race is also up in Virginia, okay? The Democrat Ghazala Hashmi, they are currently a state senator, and they are challenging Republican John Reed, who is a talk show radio host, okay? That's who they're going up against. Vote Hashmi. Why am I adding the extra letter? Because I ain't got my glasses on. Ghazala Hashmi. Vote Ghazala Hashmi. The Attorney General's race is also up for election. So we had longtime Republican Jason Miyares. They are facing off against Democrat Jay Jones. Jay Jones is a former state delegate. Okay, this is a highly intense race also. I'm telling you, in Virginia, vote for Jay Jones. Okay, so in Florida, let's see what we got going on here. So there are elections here in my state in districts 1, 3, and 5. There's some councilman seats that was up for grabs. Who else is up here? Did I miss it out? Okay, so I'm just gonna break down the counties that are voting tomorrow. Or should I say the cities? Because it's not every city in the county. High Springs City Commissioner Board seat 3 in Alachua County. The Indian Atlantic City Council, Melbourne Beach Town Commission in Brevard County. Punta Gorda City Council, District 5 in Charlotte County. Tampa City Council, District 5 is a special election that happened already. There was a Hillsborough County. Fellsmere, it's crazy that half of Tampa is in District 5 and the other half is District 11, which is up here by me. We like 75 miles away. Anywho, redistricting. So, Fellsmere City Council, Vero Beach City Council in Indian River County, you're voting tomorrow. Lake County, Claremont, Groveland, Muscogee City, Monteverde Town, Tavares City Council, all voting. All of those are city council seats. In Lee County, Fort Myers Beach, all voting. Madison County, Greenville City, seats 1, 2, and 5. Manatee County, Holmes Beach City Commission, Martin County, Ocean Breeze Town Council, Miami-Dade County, District 3, 5, 1, Homestead, District 1 and 5, and the mayor of Miami we're voting for. Marathon City Council, Orlando City, 1, 3, and 5. The mayor of Seminole County voting for. The commissioners and the mayor in Polk County, we're voting for. St. Lucie, Fort Pierce City Commissioner, voting. Volusia County, the commissioner and the mayor of Lake Helen, we are voting tomorrow. So that's what's going on with Florida. Okay. So what else I got going on here? California, again, we have Prop 50 on the ballot. This is a ballot measure that will adopt new congressional maps for the next 3 election cycles. It can add as many 5 Democratic-held seats to Congress, and it serves as a way to respond to the aggressive map changes in states like Texas and Missouri. Vote yes on Prop 50. Vote yes on Prop 50. Colorado, they try to do some sneaky shit with y'all up in here, right? So Colorado, Proposition MM, like M&M, okay? If there's a measure to raise income taxes on households earning at least $300,000 annually. This revenue would fund to provide free meals for the public school students statewide. So if you vote yes, you're voting to support reducing the state income tax deduction for taxpayers that earn over $300,000 or more. So their deduction currently is $12,000 a year. They are drastically decreasing that to $1,000. That would be their deduction. If you are a single person, your deduction right now is $16,000. They're going to decrease it to $2,000 for joint filers. Did I say that wrong? For single filers, it's the $12,000 to $1,000. For joint filers, it's $16,000 down to $2,000. This is going to generate about $95 million in revenue. And this revenue will be going towards the HSMA, which is the Healthy School Meals for All program. Once this program is funded with reserves, it's going to provide supplemental benefits. It's going to provide funding for SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. If you vote no, you are voting to not decrease the state tax income deduction for taxpayers that earn over $300,000 a year or more. And they will lose funding, lose money for those two programs, the SNAP program and the Feed All the Kids program. Okay. And so Proposition LL, which is also on the ballot, Proposition LL is basically saying to keep the healthy school program. So if you have to vote yes to keep it, to retain it. So if you decide to vote no to not keep that program, but vote yes to support the first proposition, it's not going to do any good. It's going to counter each other. You're saying, yeah, go ahead, decrease their deductions where we're going to generate money for that school program. But if you vote no on the program, you're canceling the fucking program. So make sure y'all really pay attention to the wording that these ballot measures have. Again it says, the way it's worded, it says to raise income taxes on households. What it's doing is decreasing the state tax deduction that they have. So their taxes amount, so if they're being taxed at 5%, they're still going to be taxed at 5%. What they are going to lose is the deduction. The amount of money that the state tax board is going to say that we're going to give you off of your taxes. That's what they're going to do. Their money is not going to change. It's not going to change how much money they're being taxed. If they're taxed at 5% now, they're going to be taxed 5% then. What they're going to lose is when they fill out their tax return, they're not going to be able to qualify for them deductions. The same thing Trump did to us for our federal taxes. I don't know if y'all realize when y'all file y'all taxes no more, there is no longer a personal exemption. Trump got rid of that a few years ago. You only have the standard deduction now and itemized deductions. You no longer have a personal exemption. But a lot of you don't file your taxes yourselves. Y'all don't even pay attention to it. Y'all didn't realize that Trump got rid of that exemption a long time ago, child. Okay, anyway, for the state of Georgia, we got hot races going on there too. The Atlanta mayoral race. Andre Dickens has been in office, I want to say, since 2017. He's seeking a second term. There's 4 other candidates that are actually running against him, which makes this a highly competitive race. We have Helmut Domagowski, Kalima Jackson, and Eddie Andrew. All 3 of those men are running for mayor. Kalima sounds like a woman's name. It's not. It's a male. All 3 of also it's 4 men running for election. Andre Dickens, I think I want to say in 2021, he had 99% of the vote, child. People really rocked with this dude. But again, people don't show up that much for the midterms. So we don't know if those was based on people not really showing up. But like I say, he is a Democrat, even though this is a nonpartisan race. Andre Dickens is a Democrat. I don't know if you're in Atlanta, if you got anything to say about him. Put it down in the comment section. I would like to know more because I didn't research too deeply. But it is a very hot race going on. It's been all over the media. In the state of Maine, there's 2 measures that's on the ballot, and they call them question 1 and question 2. Question 1, this measure is going to overhaul the state election rules by requiring a photo ID for all voting, shortening the absentee voting period, and banning absentee ballot requests by phone. Vote no on that bullshit. This is just another way to suppress voters. Question 2. The measure will allow for family members or household members to petition the court to restrict somebody's access to weapons if they are determined a threat to themselves or others. I didn't find any information on how or who makes that determination. However, when we're looking at gun laws, a lot of times we blame the family members. We're like, y'all knew he was off. Y'all knew that, you know what I'm saying? So this is going to allow the family members to say, hey, maybe he shouldn't have no weapon. So I don't have any specific horse in the game on that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Okay, so the state of Michigan, they have the mayoral race also. There's a 3-term incumbent named Mike Dugan who cannot seek re-election. So it's an open race right now. Some of the other notable races in Detroit, like I say, we got Detroit, we got Dearborn, we got Hamtramck. I think that's how you pronounce that. Taylor, Southfield, Pontiac, and New Baltimore. Those are a lot of mayoral races that's going on. There's a lot of city council races going on. Municipal government proposals going on. Bond issues. There's all kind of stuff all over y'all ballot, Michigan. Get the heck out there and vote. Minnesota, the mayor's race is up for grabs, right? So we have Jacob Frey, who is the incumbent, faces a challenge from Senator Omar Fatah, Fatah. Fateh. I've never heard his name pronounced, so that's why I don't know how to pronounce it. And then there's a lot of other people that's also, but this is a ranked choice election. Up until this year, I never understood what ranking election means. Y'all explain it to me in the comment section. I know in New York, they're saying that you rank somebody. What does that mean to rank somebody? Is that the same as the other race I was talking about where they take the top 2 people and then they have a runoff? Is that what that means? Y'all let me know. New York, we got the New York City mayor's race. Now, these are not my words that I'm finna read here. I got this off of Ballotpedia. It says, the Democrat Zoran Mamdani and Republican Curtis Sliwa are on the ballot. But former Governor Andrew Cuomo is also running as an independent after he lost in the primaries for the Democrats. The incumbent Eric Adams has officially dropped out of the race, but his name is still on the ballot. There are going to be some people that's going to vote for Eric Adams. Trust and believe me. Trust. Some people, I've seen Don Lemon walking around asking people how they felt about Eric Adams leaving the race, and a lot of people didn't even realize he did it. So when they see his name on the ballot, they're going to vote for his ass. Okay. Anywho, vote for Zoran. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, sir. Ohio, the city mayor's race is up. Yeah, this one right here is very important for me. Simply because I don't like the candidate. Anyway, the current mayor is Aftab Parival, okay? He is running for re-election, and he's running up against Corey Bowman. Who is Corey Bowman? J.D. Vance's brother. And y'all already know Vivek Ramaswamy is trying to run for Ohio too, right? So he's not running the mayor race, but he's trying to run for governor. So we got J.D. Vance's brother running for the Cincinnati mayor's race, trying to beat the incumbent Aftab Parival. You already know who I'm gonna tell you to vote for. It ain't JD. It ain't JD's brother. It ain't Corey. It ain't Corey. In Pennsylvania, we have some Supreme Court judges on the ballot. Okay. Democrats currently hold a 5-2 majority. This outcome could shift the balance of that court. There's 3 Democrats that are up for whether or not they can retain their seats. That being Christine Donahue, David Weck, and Kevin Dowdery. Those are the 3 judges that you would be voting for, stating whether or not they can keep their seats. Again, Pennsylvania has a 5-2 majority Democrat right now. Y'all make y'all choice based off of how do you think these judges have been effective for your community and who their competitors are. Who could they be replaced with? Pittsburgh has a mayor's race. Democrat Corey O'Connor. He is going to be facing Republican Tony Moreno in the general election. The state of Texas, U.S. House 18th District. There's a special election going on because Democrat Representative Sylvester Turner passed away. If no candidate earns over 50% of the vote, the top two candidates will have a runoff. There are 16 candidates running for this race. The 4 Democratic candidates, Amanda Edwards, Jelanda Jones, Christian Menifee, and Carmen Montiel. Carmen Montiel is the Republican. Those are the top 4 people that people are looking at. Amanda Edwards, Jelanda Jones, Christian Menifee, they're all Democrats, and Carmen Montiel is the Republican. The media is talking about those 4 people, but there's 16 people running. But again, the top 2 are the ones who are going to go into the election to a runoff if there's no majority vote. And I guess you have to have over 50% to be the majority vote, I'm assuming. Proposition 15 is on the ballot. Proposition 15 is giving the parents rights to, the way they word this, a constitutional amendment to affirm parents as the primary decision maker for their children and protect choice in education child rearing. This has everything to do with gender affirming services for children or people. It has everything to do with whether or not transgenders are in the schools. It has everything to do with racism. Put it that way. So let me tell you. This measure was put on the ballot back in 1996 before it was defeated by 57%, knocked down by 57%. Let me see if I can get you a good breakdown. If I broke it down. Break it down. Okay. So I just want to read to you who is for this measure. Republican Brian Hughes, the Libertarian Party of Texas, the Baptist General Convention of Texas Christian Life, the Family Freedom Project, the Texans for Fiscal Responsibility, Texans for Vaccine Choice, Texas Eagle Forum, the Texas Homeschool Coalition, Texas Policy Research, Texas Public Policy Foundation, Texas Right to Life, and the Texas Values. Those are the people who are for this measure. The opposition is Democrat State Senator Molly Cook, the Colon County Democratic Party, the Green Party of Texas, Accountability Matters, the National Latina Institute for Reproductive Justice, Parents of Trans Youth, Planned Parenthood, Progress Texas, Transgender Education Network of Texas, the True Texas Project, Jane Doe's Process, Avow Texas. These are the people who are against this measure. And when I looked at the people who are against it, looked at the people that are for it, and really got into it and said, y'all trying to do some sneaky shit here. Vote no on that bullshit. Okay? Proposition 16. It's a measure that's going to add language requiring U.S. citizenship to vote in Texas. A lot of states have already agreed to do this, to add the language, to change the language. It's already in law. It's already written in law. So it's basically redundant. And what it does, it makes people believe that non-citizens are voting, which they're not. There's already a law and a provision that states that non-citizens can't vote. So to try to amend the Constitution just to specifically say, no, you can't vote if you ain't a U.S. citizen, which it already says, is redundant. It's a scare tactic. It's a fear tactic. Okay. It does state that as of right now, this measure, if they do vote it in, is not going to require that you have to show proof that you are a citizen. You're not going to have to show proof of a birth certificate or proof of a U.S. passport to register. I think it's redundant and bullshit, and it's a scare tactic. I wouldn't vote on it. Okay, so that's the key measures that I pointed out, that I picked out. Like I said, there's a lot of city council measures on the ballot, but really look at them. Look at the proposals that are put out there. If you need me to research certain provisions or ballots or measures before you go out and vote tomorrow, like I said, put it in the comment section and I'll come back and respond directly to your comment. And I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. Okay. I know a lot of people like, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. Poetry is telling you how to fucking vote. I am. I'm not scared to tell people how to vote. Okay. Because there's people's lives on the line. There's people's rights and liberties on the line here. And I'm not going to say, you just vote how you want to vote. And be okay with that. Bullshit. No. Stop being fucking stupid. Stop being dense. Stop being racist. All that jazz. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.